we're good showmen, but we're also more grounded, more grounded to be decent behind the scenes guys for keeping the show on the
Right.
wheels.
Right. So later on, I will talk to you about a good time to get together and do that stuff. And again, I do want to say freaking welcome, man, and I'm glad that you was able to freaking do that. Me and John had been talking for a while now about trying to get you on there, and like I said, I ended up having problems with the two-party verification thing with the YouTube. So and plus I have a crazy old mom who I take care of, and I didn't want to tell you guys that she busted my freaking phone. So that was kind of embarrassing,
Oh, it happens.
you know. But
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, John has his son that probably does, you know,
yeah,
crazy stuff too. So it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's just what you guys are dealing with.
see, back when I was younger, there was this TV series that was out, and it's called Soap. I don't know if you remember it or
I remember that. Yeah,
Now there's this crazy old man who freaking
yeah,
thought that he
I've
was
seen.
military, and he would always talk about Patton and everything and think that he was in the army. That's kind of like how my mom is, but she's in a wheelchair. So
Oh man,
yeah, so it gets
want
kind
to talk about the stuff that happened 40 and 50 years ago?
yeah. So
Roger, you going to grade school? You going to kindergarten?
I had a
That
situation.
bus out there waiting.
I had a situation where she opened the door while I was in the middle of streaming, and she goes, "Roger, are you ignoring your mama?" I'm like, "Oh my fucking god, dude!"
No, man.
So yeah,
So it was on the screen. That's funny shit right there, dude.
yeah. So with that being said,
Now, to the best of my knowledge, John's.
with,
What
with,
were you saying?
with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this short, and we'll be done with it. Okay?
All right.
And
Well, so yeah, we'll talk about a time to get together and then iron out the details of us figuring out how we look at what each other's doing, so you can teach me stuff remotely,
yeah, we can get on there
and then
and do it. Get this stuff straightened out, and then
and of course I'll have to take notes by hand as I go too, so I remember some of this stuff, because I'm sure you'll like quiz me and stuff to see if I'm retaining the information you give me,
no, what we'll
which is
basically
perfectly understandable.
what we'll basically do is we'll do it in real time. Like we'll make it to where you actually do your own stream, and like if you need help, I'll be there to back you up. And we'll do test runs and stuff like that. But I won't like quiz you or anything like that. It'll be real time setup, and you'll be able to just take charge. But by the time you're done, you'll be a pro.
He'll just be he'll just be set up and go. Here, I'm not gonna quiz you. Here you go.
Right. Well, that's the way
Real time, man. My fire training.
that's the way I learned it. You know what I mean? Don't sell yourself short. You know what I mean? Don't think a test is gonna make it work. You know what I mean? Like you'll learn as you go.
Not necessarily.
You'll be able to do it. Like
Now, who taught you all this stuff?
I had to do it myself. Nobody was cool enough to
Oh, you had to
figure it all out.
figure it out as you went.
I even tried to reach out
Oh,
and find out what YouTube had to say, and they didn't have shit to tell me, dude. All they wanted to tell me was freaking I needed.
Their support couldn't help you.
No, they wanted to tell me that I needed special lighting to make my freaking video look pretty.
Our videos are all ugly or shit, and they get shit tons of views. So what the fuck ever, YouTube?
Yeah.
You know,
Need
come
to
on.
need to buy all these $500 freaking circular lights that I can sit around me and then freaking. You seen those, right? Those cool freaking lights they got out now, the circular ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they.
Yeah, YouTube's probably just plugging. YouTube's probably just plugging those light manufacturers because they give them money or something. Is what that shit is.
Yeah.
That'd be what I'd say if I had to guess at that.
I finally
That would
started.
be my guess.
I finally started getting on their freaking creator thing and telling them, look, man, if you want to help people, you start telling them freaking what's the best freaking frames per second that they need to freaking have their OBS set at if they're freaking only getting like 300 or 3,000 kilobytes per second. You know what I mean, for an internet provider. That's important.
Now when was this? Now when was this, and what drove you to start getting into working on streaming in the first place?
I freaking don't. I'm kind of lost on when I started.
You don't remember?
Yeah, like
You're what?
I thought that it was maybe like 7 or 9 years ago and shit, but like I've been going over old videos, and I'm like, man, I think freaking I was wrong. Like 2017 was a good starter year, like right around there maybe, or maybe a little time before that.
I remember I think you said you met old John like around 2006 or 7.
No, it was.
So you've been doing this.
It was a little bit later than that. Maybe around 2000 and.
It was even earlier.
It was. I've known John since Facebook, and I moved back to Illinois in 2000 and. Oh my God. Well, anyhow, 2013 I think it was, and then I freaking met him maybe around 2015 or 16. So I've known.
Oh, okay. I thought you knew him. I thought you knew him way back in like 2006 or 7.
Oh hell no.
Which I thought you originally said.
Oh hell no. I sobered up in freaking 2003, dude. I was still freaking a baby. You know.
You're what, about 40 then? No.
30, I believe.
You're about to turn 30.
Yeah. No, I was.
Yeah,
30.
you're about to turn 30 then.
I was 30 in 2003.
Okay.
So I would have been. No. Yeah, I was 30 in 2003. In 2006, I would have been 33 years old. I'm still a virgin.
33?
Yeah. I'm still a virgin.
33 and still a virgin.
Yeah.
What, to the streaming thing or just to life. You didn't get into the stream.
To life. Like, I thought I was on top of the world at 30, dude. And then when 40 came around, I was like, yeah, dude, I finally conquered 30. It wasn't that bad. And then by the age of 50, I'm thinking, damn, I'm so glad freaking I don't have to go through that shit no more. Yeah. It's like, it's crazy. So I better get off.
Yeah, I remember back in.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, back in 2000. Back in 2006, that was when I first got into social media. I got on MySpace Music with some of my first demos when I just gotten into home recording stuff.
Yeah.
And that was early 2007. That was the 2007 demos period where I was cranking out all these demos in my home studio that I was gonna send to record labels in New York and LA and go out there and make it music, and it was just I had it all planned out.
Yeah.
You know, and then I was on MySpace. I was on MySpace then, and that was the thing. I reached a lot of people on there, but then, MySpace, I don't know what the fuck happened to it. It just died, and then
Tom.
Facebook sucked. And
Tom.
so I fell cracks with social media for years.
See, Tom learned his
After
lesson.
that.
Tom learned his lesson about censorship. Like he actually started freaking going and trying to determine what it was freaking people should and shouldn't listen to, which is the same shit Facebook is doing right now. And that's what I said.
Yeah.
You give Facebook enough time, they're going to learn the same horrible lesson that Tom did. Which, don't get me wrong, at least he's
What
on.
with MySpace?
Yeah, that's where it all started going downhill. Is when he started censoring and freaking doing all that crazy shit.
Yeah, and Facebook's starting to go that direction now. They're a sinking ship.
Yep.
It used to be just people on the fringe that didn't like them and said bad things about them. Now it's becoming a mainstream thing to pretty much not like Facebook, and people are craving something more, a platform that caters more to intellectual things like what we do. So we're kind of in a good time period right now
Yep.
to be doing what we're doing. Especially after the chaos that's been the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
People are kind of getting more into conspiracy theories and reaching for the spiritual world, and so and I think to some extent the community we're part of, and John getting back into it with us the way he has, it's kind of maybe been a product of that.
Yep.
The all the craziness of the last 4 years, and what looks to be the coming, God only knows what coming craziness from it. So that's the dumber social media, like the reality shows, the gossip and stuff. A lot of that appears to be kind of going the way of the dinosaurs. People are getting more serious right now.
I agree.
It's kind of like the way people got. It's kind of like the way people got. The difference between people in the Roaring '20s as opposed to people in the Great Depression. Everybody had to get a lot more serious and really get sharper intellectually and more disciplined, and really get to talking about how they were going to get through the crisis that was the Great Depression and ultimately World War II.
I would have loved being a part of the Roaring
I think
20s.
that's where humanity's at now. Huh?
I would have loved being a part of the Roaring 20s. I think that would have been cool.
Oh yeah. That was probably cooler than fuck.
Yeah. Well, let me get off of here. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, and because we're still streaming and recording, by the way. This is going to be a part of WWOW Talk, just so you know.
Yeah. I knew you were on.
I'm also,
right.
just so you know and everybody else knows, this is live streaming now, but later on I am going to archive the video, and it will be on 15-minute segments or a little bit longer for upload archived versions of it